नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ॐ श्रीगणेशशारदागुरुभ्यो नमः। केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ॐ श्रीगणेशशारदागुरुभ्यो नमः। Chaturmurti. There is a name today. Last week we finished Gadagrajaha. Now it is Chaturmurti. So Chatu means four. Chatur means four. Char. There is Chatu. Like Chaturthi. Chaturthi means the fourth day. Chatu means four. Murtihi means Vigraham. Form. So one who has got four forms. What are the four forms? Virat, Chadasraha Murtayaha, Virat, Sutra, Avyakrita, Turiya, Atmanaha, Asya, Iti Chaturmurtihi. The first Murti of Vishnu is called Virat. Virat is like Virat Purushaha. That is one of the forms of cosmic form. Virat means what? Cosmic form. Virajaha. Viraja, Vipapma, like that they say. Second one is called Sutra. Sutra means Hiranyagarbha, the golden egg. He manifests as Hiranyagarbha. That is the first Jiva. Then Avyakrita. Avyakrita is the unmanifest, as Antaryami, Kutastha. And the last one is Turiya, Jivatma. These are the four upadhis of Paramatma. That is why he has got Chaturmurti.
What is Turiya?
Turiya means fourth. Like in the waking state, he is called as Vishwa. In the fourth state, you have three states, right? Waking state, dream state, and sleep state. The fourth one is called Turiya. And that Turiya Atma is also Vishnu. In fact, Vishnu is everything. So he is called Chaturmurti. If this is very confusing for you, it's a very simple explanation. Sita, Rakta, Pita, Krishna. He comes in four different colors. When he came as Krishna, he was black. And when he was Vamana or Trivikrama, he was Sita, he was pure white. And then as Nrsimha, he was red, Rakta. Yes. So, and as Balarama is Pita. Balarama was Pita. Golden. Pita means yellow. So, in different avatars, he takes different colors, in other words. That is why he is called as Chaturmurti. This is like the Puranic explanation. That one is the Vedantic, Vedic explanation. So when you have the space, it is all over. That is called Virat. But when the space is inside this room, or in Cleveland there is space. Cleveland space is different from New York space. The space trapped inside Cleveland town. So everything is Vishnu. That is what they mean. Turiya Atma is a space trapped inside you. Inside you also there is space. They say in the heart there is a space. That's where the Jivatma is. That's why everybody touches here. You don't say, my name is Meenakshi. You don't say that. Say, I am, like that. You always touch here because here is where the Jivatma is. Pundarikaksha, Hridaya Pundarika Madhye. That is where he is, Turiyatma. So, just like the space, which is like immeasurable. Space means the entire thing. But that space we call spot space when it is trapped. Same thing, Vishnu, when he travels inside your body, then he is called Jivatma. So it's actually you are borrowing his Atma. You can never say I am Meenakshi. Actually, you have to say I am Vishnu Samsha. I am Shesha. I am the remaining. He is the Sheshi. That is the correct statement. That is the beginning of understanding. For that, you require a little bit of your submitting your ego. That is why he is saying he is Chaturmurti. He wants to say that in the beginning. And then as a bhakta he says Sita, Rakta, Pita or Krishna. This Murti is also him, Chaturmurti. A lot of people ask, why is Radha Krishna white? Why is Srinathji black? Because he is Krishna, he comes in two different avataras. Hence he is called as Chaturmurti. The next one is called Chadurbahu. Chatvaraha Bahavaha, one who has four hands. Why does Vishnu has four hands? Because Chaturnam Purusharthanam Data Devas Chaturbhuja. He can give four. Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha he can provide. Hence he is called as Chaturbahu. Shuklam Badaram Vishnu Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam. There we said about this. And he says Chaturbahu Vasudeve Rudham. Whenever they say Chadurbahu, it is always Vishnu. So Chadurbahu is always Vishnu. Chaturbhuja. Chaturbhuja. Yeah. Same thing. The next one is Chaturvyuha. This also is coming second time. Vyuha means a covering, an envelope. So Vishnu is always covered by Aniruddha, Purushottama, Pradyumna and Sankarshana. So here he wants to say a different meaning. So here he says, that's what he said Vyuha last time. Now he is saying Vyuha means Sharira Purusha, Chanda Purusha, Veda Purusha, Mahapurushaha. These are the four Purushas, four Vyuhas. What is Sharira Purusha? The Purusha or Paramatma inside your body. How do you know that he is Sharira Purusha? Because the Rigveda says that. Chatvara Purushaha Sharira Purusha Chanda Purusho Veda Purusho Mahapurusha iti Sharira Purusha iti Yam Avochama Saeva Daihika Atma. The life force which you feel inside you, that is called Sharira Purusha. When the Sharira Purusha gets out of your body, that moment you are lifeless. So what makes your body function? What is so special about your body? It is the seat of Sharira Purusha. Because Sharira Purusha means Pureshayati, one who has entered the body. Because of Sharira Purusha you are functioning. The moment Sharira Purusha gets off your body, you become Asharira Purusha. Your Shariram is gone. So the first one is Daihika Atma. That is the first Vyuha of Vishnu. Daihika Atma. Second one is Chanda Purushaha. So if you don't do anything, if you just live like that, following your securities, allaying your fears, quenching your thirst, taking care of your hunger, seeking some happiness, then you remain a Sharira Purusha all your life. But one fine day you said, I want to find out what it is. Why is it Sharira Purusha coming and going? Why should not I live forever? Then you seek help from Chandaha. What is Chandaha? Veda. So you go and learn the Veda. You kind of read the book, try to read it. Then the Sharira Purusha becomes transformed into Chanda Purusha. The same person, suddenly he becomes Chanda Purusha. That is what the Veda says. Chanda Purusha idiyam avochamaha akshara samamnaya eva. One who has got some akshara inside him. The Vedic letters. They say no, the man is man of letters. Have you heard that expression? Man of letters means the ordinary guy, all ordinary looking, but they call him doctor. Doctor of letters. Why? Because he spent some time pursuing that letters. Chandas is just letters, Vedic letters. So one who has Vedic education, there is a transformation in this whole being. The way he looks at things becomes very different. He does not look like a Sharira Purusha, a person with a bodily consciousness. His consciousness is a little bit dented with this chandas. All these aksharas goes in, and he becomes a very Vedically informed looker. That look changes. That is when he becomes Chanda Purusha. That is also Vishnu. So Vishnu has to wake up that Chanda Purusha in you, actually. That's the second Vyuha. The third one is Veda Purushaha. You can learn the Vedas, Chandas, all the letters you can get. But you have to put together the meaning. Veda means knowledge. It has to make sense. Otherwise, simply you repeat Shuklam Bradaram Vishnu Shashivarnam. Then you have reached the Chanda Purusha stage when you are repeating that. But when you know what is Shukla, then you become Veda Purushaha. That is the one. That means you know the Chandas as Rik, Yajus, Sama. Purushaha means a person who has Viveka. Pumstam and Vivekatum are the same. Janturam, Narajanam, Durlam, Tada Pumstam means any creature in this world is called a Jantu. Anything with Jayate is Jantu. But when you are a Purusha, when you are a human being, you have to have Viveka. You have to have the power of discerning. That is when from Chanda Purushaha you graduate to Veda Purushaha. That's what the Veda says. Veda Purushedi Emova Chama Vedan Veda Rigvedam Yajurvedam Samavedam iti Tasyedasya Brahma Rasaha. And the essence of that Veda is what? Brahman, the all-pervading consciousness, awareness. Or Brahmaji. Or there are 4 kinds of priests who are involved in Vedic ceremonies. Brahma is the one who belongs to all the Vedas, who supervises in every yaga. For Yajurveda it is Adhvaryu. For Rigveda it is Ritvik. For Samaveda it is Udgata. So this Udgata, Adhvaryu, Ritvik, Hota, Brahma. Brahma is the one who supervises all. So that is the rasa of this Veda Purusha. So these are the 4 Purushas. And what is the last one? Mahapurushaha. Who is the Mahapurushaha? Tasmad Brahmanam Brahmishtam Gurvedayo Yajnasya Ulbadam Pasyet Mahapurushaha Iti Yamavocha Maha Samvatsara Eva. He is the last one. So when you have undergone all these samskaras, when you from Shariratma you become Chandaha, then Vedaha, then you become Maha. And all these vyuhas, it is as though like a covering. Like you take an onion, the outer ring, you won't get any tear. Why? Because it is like paper, yeah. It has no, that is Shariratma. But when you peel the one step when you go, it starts burning. So that is why it's called a vyuham. Vyuham means a layer. So Vishnu is found inside this 4 layers of the Chandas, of the Veda, and then Mahapurusha. There you will find him as the Rasam.
So what is the difference between Mahapurusha and Veda Purusha?
Veda Purusha is the 3 Vedas. Mahapurusha is the experience of it. Veda is knowledge. Veda Purusha, what is Veda Purusha? The knowing of the Chandas, meaning of the Chandas. So, when you are a Chandas, you just know the Akshara Amnayam. You know the entire letters. When you graduate to Veda, you also know the meaning. And when you graduate to Mahapurusha, you become everything. You get that Sarvatma Bhava. So the entire thing becomes you. That Bhavana comes in. So there is an increase of your Bhavana, your understanding. Your understanding get a little bit one step further. So the difference is in understanding. That's it. Bhudan Aikya Bhaven Anyani Tasyeve Yedasya Asavadityo Rasaha. For Veda Purusha, the rasa is Brahman. For Mahapurusha, the entire universe becomes the rasa. So his consciousness, his purview becomes much wider. That is why he is called Mahapurusha. See, these are all different models presented in the Vedic literature. Why do you have models? So that you can learn through them, right? Any knowledge, you cannot present it without a model. Learning normal English, you need models. They would say that these letters are called Jivaksharas, vowels. The others are called what? Consonants. The consonants cannot survive without the support of vowels. These are the model presented. And you can actually ask, why is it so? Why is it A, E, I, O, U? Why not some other letter? Why is H a half vowel? Then they would say, first study, then I will tell you. You have to first get this model. Then you can change. But in order to change that model, first you have to get these models. So in Veda, we have several models to present this Vishnu. So Vishnu is Chaturvyuha, one who has 4 coverings, as though 4 envelopes. So Chaturmurtihi, Chaturbahuhu, Chaturvyuha. Chaturvyuha is very big actually. It's a lot of things there. Last one is Chaturgatihi. Gatihi means Asrayam. Nuvena Gati. They say that in Telugu. Meaning what? You are my resort. You are my refuge. So Gatihi means what? Destination. Yeah. Vishnu is our destination. Vishnu is our refuge. So, destination or refuge or goal. Gati means goal. You are going to New York. What is your goal? What is your Gati? New York. Like that, Ashramanam Gatihi. The Gati of 4. Vishnu is what? Vishnu is the destination for 4. What are the 4? Chatuhu. Student, teacher, retired person, and the sannyasi. Brahmachari, Grahastha.
You said teacher.
Grahastha is a teacher. You don't learn, after you are married. You just teach. I mean, all teachers are married, but students are not. Anyway, so Grahastha means one who's in the second ashrama. What are the Chatuhu? Chaturgatihi. For everybody needs support. A Grahastha needs support. A student needs support. For the student, who is the support? Vishnu. For the Grahastha, who is the support? Vishnu. Then Vanaprastha. There also Vishnu is support. That is why he is called as Chaturgatihi. He says that Asramanam Chaturnam Yathoktakarinam Gatihi. That is the most important word. Adjective. Yatha Uktakarinam. Ukta means told. Yatha means as told. That means those who behave properly, those who are dharmic. Vishnu will not support you if you are not properly following the procedure. That means what? A student should behave like a student. The Grahastha should behave like a Grahastha. Otherwise, he will end up in dog house. Vishnu will not be his refuge. Vishnu will not support him. In order to get the support system, in order to get supported by Vishnu, you have to be Yathoktakari. Yatha Uktakari, as told. In fact, every ashrama has got an initiation ceremony. When you go and marry, Satfera, you do that. And also you make several promises. It's not that I will eat if you are not home. You don't say that in marriages. If you are fasting, I am also fasting. When you have difficulty, I will give you a shoulder. In all cultures, not only us, every single culture in the world, when you take Grahastha Ashrama, they make a lot of promises. And you have to stay by that dharma. Then you are called Yathoktagari. Same thing as a student. Before going to Gurukula, what do you get? You get Mantra Diksha. Why do you get Mantra Diksha as a brahmachari? Why? Because you can straighten your mind and learn well, so that the mind is available while learning. Otherwise, it will be wandering. So, and during the Diksha also, you promise the Guru. During that ceremony, you promise your Guru. You say that, I will observe all the vratams of a brahmachari. And one who does that, follow the rules. Like you get, when you go to school, you'll get a book. What is it called? Student book. They'll write, don't wear ripped jeans. So if you go in a ripped jeans, Vishnu will not support you. You are not Yathoktagari. Divine rules and normal rules. Rules which are to be followed. That's what Yathoktha. He did not elaborate there. He just said Uktakari, one who is obedient. For him, Vishnu will become the Gatihi. Asramanam, Varnanam, Chaturnam, Yathoktakarinam Gatihi. He is Chaturgatihi. The next one is Chaturatma. What is Chatuhu? 4. What is Atma? Atma means self. The word Chatura means intelligent. Chatura means what? Intelligent. Chatu means 4, Chatura means intelligent. Which is an intelligent self? Who is very intelligent? A person who does not have raga and dvesha, like or dislike. If you have a like or a dislike, then you cannot become intelligent. Why so? Because that impedes in your judgment. That impedes in your... Then you cannot become a Chaturatma. In order to control the situation, you have to go beyond the situation. And you cannot go beyond the situation if you have a like or a dislike. That stops you from being a Chatura. But Vishnu has no problem. He is a Chatura Atma. Why? Ragadveshadirahitatvat. Because he does not have strong like or dislike. He can accept any situation. Because he is beyond likes and dislikes. That's why this is something you really have to practice. If you like apple, eat banana. Whatever you like, just practice. Don't be so timid and very strong about your likes. Just a challenge to yourself. That will create what? It will make you very competent. Otherwise, your friends will get you. They will know that you don't want that yellow thing. They'll, please have it. Just to pick you. So, and that will actually impede upon your normal function of your mind. Normal function of mind is Chaturyam. Mind has the capability of becoming competent. Unless it is impeded by your own notions. And your notions are invariably coming from your likes and dislikes. That's what makes you strong notioned, opinionated. Your opinionated personality is the result of your likes and dislikes. Vishnu does not have it. Whatever Lakshmi says, just a look, that's it. It's not even a smile. That's why he is Ragadvesha Rahitaha Tasmat Chaturatma. This is the way to become a competent minded. So now he's not going with the number in the first interpretation. Second interpretation, he says Chatuhu Atma Esya, one who has 4 selves. How many selves you have? You have 4 selves. If I ask you who you are, you will say, I am a student. So you are actually only taking one role. You can be a son or a daughter or a father or a friend. All that you are. But you are just presenting yourself as a student. Why? Because at that point, that's what your mind says. So the self in that point has formed an opinion. The thing which forms an opinion is called the mind. What forms the opinion? The mind. That's why first Atma is Manaha. What is your first soul? Manaha. Second one, I will say, no, you are not a student, you are a human being. Then you use your buddhi. Buddhi means analysis. That is also your Atma. The third one is Ahankaraha. No, I don't want to agree with you. That is ego. That is your third self. It is all inside you. Manaha, Buddhi, Ahankara, and finally Chittam. What is Chittam? Constant talk.
I thought Chittam is consciousness. No?
Chittam is, Chit is consciousness. Yeah. Chittam is memory. What is Chittam? Memory. Because of memory, it's talking. Why is your mind chattering continuously? If I am not talking, if I keep quiet for 10 seconds, you'll be watching what I am going to say next. But if I keep quiet for 30 seconds, suddenly, what happened to this person? He was talking all the time. Your mind will start talking. So the mind, that talking mind is called Chittam. Where is it gathering this language? Where is it gathering the ideas? From its own resources. That is called memory. That's Chittam. So everywhere the Atma goes and identifies. When it is remembering, Atma becomes Chittam. When it is egoistic, Atma becomes Ahankara, ego. When it is analyzing, intellectualizing, it becomes Buddhi. That's why we say Buddhi do. Meaning what? Please keep my Chittam, chattering mind, Ahankara, opinionated mind, all away and give me the best part of my internal world. What is the best part of your internal world? Buddhi. Nishchaya. There is something which comes from deliberation of the Shastras. Any science. If you are a physician, if you have the medical manual in your mind as a reference point, you will act better. But if you put your own opinion in between, then you are into lawsuit eventually. You will get into trouble. Because you have to follow the book. Everywhere you have to follow the book. And for following that book of rules, you need Buddhi. Because Buddhi has the power of discerning. And all this is Atma. All this is Atma. That is why he is called as Chaturatma. There is a second interpretation. First interpretation was Ragadvesha Rehitaha Chaturaha. Chaturaha means competent, smart. First one was smart. Second one is Mano, Buddhi, Ahankara and Chittam. That is a 4 Atma. Second one, it is numerical. First one is common noun. Competent means common noun. 4 means numerical noun. It's all my Renan Martin speak. It's coming from there. Okay. Then the last one, that is the last one. The last one was Mano, Buddhi, Ahankara and Chitta. Only 2 meanings. Hereafter he goes to the next name. What is the next name? Chatur Bhavaha. Chatur Bhavaha. Bhavaha means state. Bhavas are roles you play. So Bhava means objective. Chatur Bhavaha means the 4 objectives. What are the 4 objectives? Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha Rupa, Purushartha Chatushtayam Bhavati. This is a big deal in our life. If you know what is your Purushartha, you are saved. Because a lot of time they send me text messages. What is the purpose of life? How do I know? You have to know it. And how would you know it? When you have Vishnu Prasadaha. You have to have Purushartha Nishchaya. What is Purushartham? Purusha Prayojanam. The goal of a human being. And why you don't have clarity? Because you have attained whatever you wanted. And now you are exhausted. You had a goal. In 2019, I should become the best singer in the world. And you became. And what next? There is a confusion. And if you want to avoid that confusion, you should have Purushartha Nischaya. You should know what your kama, your desire is. You should know what artha, how much wealth you need. You cannot have all the wealth, then there won't be any difference between you and Bill Gates. It is impossible. The rule is there can only be one Bill Gates. Not everybody can be. So your artha nischaya you have to have. And that should not be oscillation. There should not be, you cannot have all the kamas in the world and all the arthas. And that Purushartha Nischaya comes from Vishnu. That is why he is called Chaturbhavaha. Bhavati iti bhavaha. It manifests in you. Naturally you are content with your wealth, with your desires, with your ethics. And then finally your enquiry. That is moksha. Self-enquiry. That also should have a place in your life. This is called clarity of life objective. And everybody will get that doubt. I won't be surprised if I have that doubt after the class. It can creep up because the vrittis are coming from Mahavishnu. So Vararoha. He can just produce that thought in you. So because he is Chaturbhava, he can give you this conviction of your life goal. Only 4 possible goals you can have. Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha. Entire thing can be put into Kama and Artha. Because you don't want Dharma anyway. Why you don't want Dharma? Because you cannot see. It's not like BTS you can see and enjoy. It's a music troupe. You cannot see Dharma. Hence you won't go after it. Moksha also you don't see. Why? Because you are Moksha. Who is Moksha? You are Moksha. Moksha means Jnanam. You are Jnanam. So those two are ruled out. Nobody is after Dharma and Moksha really. Why? Because they cannot, it's so subtle. It's so hard. It's like you tell the people, go and study music. Why? I want a different music. Why are you forcing me? So if they don't see it, they won't pursue it. Dharma is not available for your sensual perception. It is not available for your inference. Just because you are greedy, you get into it. Somebody might have told you, if you do enough dharma, you will get to heaven. You will get some pleasant experience. But even then, you don't have clarity. It's a belief system. Why do you do dharma? Because you believe in it. You can't see it, for sure. That is why the entire human beings are after what? Artha and Kama. Why Kama? What is Kama? Kama means desire. What is Kama? Desire. Ka means unconscious. Ma means conscious. Desire has 2 parts. Part of it is you don't know why. But then you say enough when you get it. The enough part you know. But why part you don't know. Suppose I want a chocolate. What kind of chocolate? Hide and seek. I have a name for the chocolate. Why do you want hide and seek? Why can't you have Cadbury? I don't know. I just like hide and seek. I can't stand Cadbury. That is called unconscious. It is coming from your background. You can never figure out that. That's why Ka is darkness. Ka is always a question. Ka means a question actually. Ma means knowledge. But when the desire surfaces and it becomes so concrete, that makes you so sure. You become convinced. That's why when you start analyzing Kama, it disappears. When you analyze Kama, it disappears. But Artha will not. Even if you analyze, you have no problem with it 1 million or 2 million. That is why Artha is more difficult to transcend than Kama. Who says so? Shankaracharya. Out of the 3 big enemies, Kama, Krodhas, Tatha, Lobhas, Tasmad, Etat, Trayam, Tyajet. Kama involves your desires. Lobha involves Artha. Lobha is always, greed is always in reference to an object. It can be a Mercedes, it can be a flower, whatever you like. But it is always an Artha. It's an object. And when you don't get these two, you have the middleman. How do you get it? By shouting. That is called Krodha. That's what they say. Shesham kopena purayet. If you can't find a solution, just fill it up with anger. Now, right now. Everybody does it. Children do it, adults do it, gurus do it, shishyas do it. If you don't teach me now, I'm going to find another guru. What do you mean? Sesham kopena purayet. That's why this kama, krodha, and lobha. These are the three enemies you have. Now, where are they staying? Not in your neighborhood. Right inside your head. It's inside you. And they are called the Narakadwaram. Trividham, Narakasyedam, Dwaram. What do? Nasanam Atmanaha. They kill you. Make sure you are completely wiped out. Kama Krodhas Tatha Lobha Tasmat Etatrayam Tijet. That Lobha and Kama is tied to Artha and Kama. And you fight it by Dharma and Moksha. You fight Kama with Dharma. How do you fight Kama with Dharma? Because when you have a chocolate, you say, unless I do this Nivedan to Krishna, I'm not eating it. So at least out of 10 chocolate, 1 chocolate fell off with that. Because you put a full stop there. That's what Dharma does to you. Everything you offer to your Ishta and then take it. When you do that, the Kama becomes a little bit shaky. And Artha, how do you do? By Moksha. What is the Moksha of Artha? When the $10 is sitting in your pocket, it belongs to you. But when you give to me, you got Moksha from the $10. So by the pursuit of charity, you get over, become free over Lobha. That's what they say about Rama. In Ramayana they say, Tyagaya Sambradharthanam. They do this Ashwamedha sacrifice. They let the horse loose, and whatever wealth belongs to the king, it belongs to Rama. But he doesn't hold that wealth. Tyagaya. After the yaga is done, Sarvasvadanam. Whatever he earned in that pursuit, everything is given to the needy. That is how you use dharma to get over this kama and lobha. But all these 4 purusharthas, if it is proper, if it really needed, then he can provide you. That is why he is called as Chaturbhavaha. Why it is called Bhava? Why is Kama called Bhava? Because Bhavati. It happens in you all the time. Because you put gas in the car today, it's not that the matter is over. Unless you have Tesla, you have to go again to fill the tank. Bhavati, it keeps on coming back. That's why it's called Bhavaha. Punar Bhavati iti Bhavaha. And that Bhavaha is who? Chaturbhavaha Vishnu. That Kama is him. He says that Dharma Viruddho Kamasmi Lokesmin Bharadarshava. Oh Arjuna, the Kama, the desire which is popping up in every heart, that desire is me. As long as it is Dharma Aviruddha. That is why Vishnu is called Chaturbhavaha. That's why he says, Bhavati Utpadyate. From where? Asmat. Asmat means from him. So don't wonder where the Kama is coming. Don't listen to Freud. He will say it's coming from subconscious. It is coming from Vishnu. Asmat. Shankara says that. All the desires are coming from Bhagavan. If he wants to uplift you, he will give you a desire for Vishnu Sahasranama. If he wants to put you down, you know what? He will give you that desire. So all the bhavas, all the kamas and arthas are coming from Asmat. That is why he is called as Chaturbhavaha. Next one is Chaturvedavit. Chaturvedavit. Okay. What is the meaning of vit? Vit means knower. Yeah. Sangeetavit means knower of music. Samskritavit, knower of Arabic. Knower of Sanskrit. So with means one who knows. You attach the word with any word, you become the knower of that. So he is Vedavit. Vedavid means one who knows the Vedas. Oh, that means he only knows the Yajurveda? Doesn't he know the Samaveda? No. Chaturveda with, he knows all the four, the entire Veda. That's what he says. Yatha Chaturnam Vedanam Artham Veti, not just knower. I am also Chaturvedavid. Do you know the names of the four Vedas? We all know the names of the four Vedas. So we are also Vedavid, but we don't know the content of it. That's why he says, Yathavat. Yathavat means as presented. The entire Vedic statements, Vishnu knows. So there are two adjectives. One is Yathavat, second one is Artham. He knows the Vedas Yathavat and he also knows the meaning. That is why he is called as Chaturvedavid. The last one is Ekapat. What is the last word? Ekapat. Now this word is very interesting here. Chaturvedavid. There he says Vedanam Arthavit. Vedanam Arthavit means what? The entire Veda is so big. 10,800 verses in Rig Veda. The entire thing is dealing with yagas and stotras. Why do you want to learn the entire thing? Because it is called Purva Kanda or Karma Kanda. Karma Kanda has to be learnt. Why do you have to learn Karma Kanda? Why can't you directly go to Bhagavad Gita or the Upanishads? Because you need Antakarana Shuddhi. You need clarity of mind. How do you get clarity of mind? By practice. You know, Shakespeare has written sonnets, like short poems. If you read them, you will get a meaning. But you will do even better if you read the complete works of Shakespeare. Why do you have to read the complete works of Shakespeare? You can just write Duke Tips notebook and finish your exam. That is one thing. But knowing and digesting Shakespeare is another. So similarly, unless you know the Purva Bhaga of the Veda, Purva Bhaga of Karma Kanda, you won't be able to appreciate Vedanta. Vedanta means what? Upanishad. Why do I have to appreciate Vedanta? Because it is you. Who is Vedanta? Where does knowledge end? In you. How do you know yourself? By doing karma. Without that cleansing part, you cannot get to self-knowledge. Hence, the entire Veda cannot be missed. Please don't miss it. You don't have to have a desire for Swarga to do the Somayaga, but you need to read the literature so that you will become Sruti Alayam. The entire Sruti is in your head. Then you become a Srotriya. Who is a Guru? Srotriyam Brahmanishtham. The entire Sruti has to be in his head. Then only you will get the style of the rishis. Just like by reading sonnet, you will not be able to appreciate Shakespeare. If you want to appreciate Shakespeare, you have to know all through his dramas. If you go, you know what his true intent is. You know how many spelling mistakes he makes. You know that? He makes a lot of spelling mistakes. And he also knows his bias. He is biased against certain groups. All that you will know. Then you will get a better appreciation of his poem. Similarly, if you want to understand Upanishad, you also have to understand Karma Kandaha. And who is that Karma Kandaha? It is written by a Maharshi called Jaimini. It is called Mimamsa Shastram. And what does this Mimamsa Shastram deal with? It deals with law. It deals with the rules of these four ashramas I was talking about. The four ashramas. What should a grihastha do? What should a brahmachari do? They are all laid out by who? Jaimini. Vyasa does not talk about it in Brahma Sutras. He would just say everything is Brahman. He is not worried whether you are married or not. He is only worried whether you are interested in Brahman or not. Whether you want to know Atma, that's all he is interested. But Jaimini is not like that. He is worried about your dharma, means your actions. Unless your actions are Vaidika, you are not going to inquire properly. If you are not Vedika, what will you be? You'll be an American citizen. And you'll be guided by what? Constitution and your peers. All the people who are gurus they are your gurus. The great people from Texas or whatever. They are going to guide your lifestyle. So morning, instead of doing Suprabhatam, you will read the Washington Times. And you will go to sleep with that rock music. What is that? Ripple water. You are finding it hard to sleep. You won't think about Yoga Nidra. Why? Because you are not exposed to Vedic teaching. All that is in the Mimamsa Shastra. The Mimamsa Shastra deals with Dharma. The Upanishad deals with Jnanam. Jnana means your own knowledge. Who are you? That is Jnanam. But in order to appreciate that, you have to get off from this Laukikam. India, America, Afghanistan, any nation you go, they are all limited. India is not an exception. If you live a worldly life without self-inquiry, you are no different than a pig in India. It is the same. You are all following natural rules. So when you want to do self-inquiry, first step is you have to get into Dharma. So there is no shortcut to Jnanam. If you want to attain Jnanam, the first step is what? Dharma. Dharma makes your life from a Laukika out. The Laukika outlook means what?
Eat, drink, be merry.
What is that? That famous thing? Picasso.
Eat, drink, and be merry.
Yeah. No, I was just.
Picasso.
Yeah. Pina, Kana, Sona. So if you do that, then that is not dharmic. So how much ever you want to eat, you can eat. How much ever you want to sleep, you can sleep. But dharma means when you follow Dharma Shastra, you have got regulations. That is why the entire Veda has to be learnt. Why do we do Bhagavatam? Because the Bhagavatam talks about the lifestyle of people who have drunk the juice of the Veda. After drinking that, they will be living that. That's why when we learn Bhagavatam and Bharatam and Ramayanam, so their life experiences, then you can match with it. That's what Gandhi used to say. Whenever I have doubt, I open the Ramayana. And from that page, I get my answer. Why? Because Ramaha is Vigrahavan Dharmaha. Whatever Rama does is Vedic. So whenever you have doubt in life, you look at Ramayana and you get an answer. So that's why it is very important to have Dharma Shastra. Dharma Shastra is extremely important. Otherwise, the Upanishads are so short that you can finish the entire Parayana of the Upanishad 40 minutes, Yajurveda is over. Within 40 minutes. But if you want to read the entire Yajurveda, 3 days. Why? Because that much of cleansing is required for you to understand the simple fact, Tattvam si, you are the truth. No sir, I don't get it. Okay, read it. Read the entire background. You need the background information. That is why Dharma Shastram is very important. That's why he says this word. Vedanam arthavit. Artham means meaning. That meaning will not come without analysis. You have to analyze it. You have to sit and analyze. And there is a process of analyzing this. This process is called Mimamsa. Hermeneutics in English. That's what they call Mimamsa. Mimamsa means Pujita Vichara. The Vicharas done by Pujaniya, the ancient rishis. And they have a certain method of doing it. You have to follow that. Then you are not a Buddhist. You are not a New Age guy. You are Vaidika. You follow the Arsha Parampara. You follow your forefathers. That is your heritage. That is how you have to look at the Veda. Vedanam Arthavit. Yathavat. As told. Chadurnam Vedanam Arthavid. That is the meaning of Chaturveda Vid. So all the 4 Vedas are important. And then Ekapat. The last one is what? Ekapat. Okay, when you read the Veda, Namaste Rudra Manyava Uto Daishave Namaha, all this is Veda, right? What do you do with this mantra? Diyo Yona Prachodayate. What do you do with this? Where do you use it? You want to know, right? That is called iti kartavyata. What is it? Iti karta. This is what you do with this. What is iti kartavyata? Iti kartavyam. This is what you have to use this part. This is Amrutanjan you use for back pain. Vicks you use for headache. That is iti kartavyata. So mimamsa purayishyati. Iti kartavyata bhagam. Mimamsa purayishyati. The meaning of the Vedas, that will tell you what to do with it. Otherwise, it is like a coconut in the hands of a Kerala monkey. It doesn't know what to do with it. It stares at it. If you want to break it, you need mimamsa. That's why artham is very important. Don't underestimate the meaning of Veda. It gives you the user manual. Iti kartavyatvam. That is why it is important. I just cannot get over that Chaturveda with Ekapat. Why is Vishnu called Ekapat? Because Ekaha Padaha Asya. He only has one pada, one quarter. Where does it say? Pado Osya Vishwa Bhutani. The entire world is only 25% of you. Where is your 75%? It's inside your head. You have 10 desires, you don't tell everything to everybody. You only tell one little bit part. Where is the other 3 quarters? It is inside you. So you make your entire world, or other people see you, only a part of you, a quarter. Vishnu is also the same. Pado Osya Vishwa Bhutani Tripadasya Divi. Tripadam is hidden. It is hidden inside Vishnu. That is why he is called Ekapat. One who has only one quarter visible. He is like a... That is not even Ekapat, though. It's Ekapat. So Vishnu is Ekapat, partly visible. Ekapat means partly visible. Pado Osya Vishwa Bhutani Iti Srutehe. Also the Gita. Vishtabhyahamitam Krishnam Ekamshena Sthito Jagate. By my one part of my power, I hold this entire universe. That is the case of all owners. If you own a company, you should have that much capital, only 21% should you use it. If you use your entire power on it, then if you become Diwala, you won't have anywhere to go. So only a padam, the money you are ready to lose, only that much you have to invest in your endeavor. They teach that in Forex. You play in the stocks with the money you can afford to lose. What is that? Padaha. Just one part. So Vishnu is also like that. Ekamshena aham vishtabhyami sarvam jagat. The entire universe I create with a small part of my power. Other powers I keep it to myself. That is why he is called as Ekapat. Iti Bhagavad Vachanacha. Swasti Prajabhyah Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahisha Go Brahmane Bishwamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Suvino Bhavantu Sarve Bhavanti Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Vajrani Pashyantu